You're the reason why I'm going through it. You're the reason why I'm going through it. You're the reason why I'm going through it. Yeah, and this is why we tell brothers to stay the fuck away from Eve, bro. All right. Stay the fuck away from Eve. Like the elder Apostle Hart says, another reason to stay away from these goddamn hyenas, man. All right. Call hello, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstone who teach and rule well. Peace, infinite salutations to the elect that are scattered abroad doing this work in truth and in sincerity, teaching the names of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai and prophesying against Mount Seir. And I played the first 6 seconds of this video. It actually goes on longer. All right. And this demon, this hyena, you know, the demonic black woman. All right. Which Eve in general, the so-called black woman on down to the so-called Mexican woman, you know, is through. All right. But especially this so-called black woman in today's society. All right. Hyenas. And the whole video plays on and she's literally strangling her child, you know, for a period of time where at the end of the video, which I'm not going to play it for obvious reason. I don't want this video to get taken down. Just wanted to give y'all an idea. Which stuff like this is taking place every single day, especially amongst Eve, man. All right. These single mothers. And, you know, these women are realizing that single mother life ain't where it's at. You know, look how stressed out, got demons on her, stressed the hell out. And she's taking all that frustration out on her child. All right. And this is why, like I said, man, this is why you stay the fuck away from Eve, bro. All right. If you're going to get you a woman of the other nations, because at least they in order, you know, and you're not going off, you know, and they definitely ain't doing shit like this. But for the most part, Eve is through. All right. But the title of the lesson is she is hardened against her young ones. Stay away from Eve. And that is quoted from Job, the 39th chapter, which we're going to go into it. All right. Let me do something real quick. Yeah, the so-called black woman is literally the least desirable woman on the planet, and it's being made manifest, and people are understanding that every single day. You even got the red pill community getting on these women, and really women in general. Okay, the scriptures don't really have much good to say about the woman. All right, aside from the elect lady, the ones that are, you know, truly repenting. You do have women that are, you know, okay to deal with amongst Israel, but for the most part, our women are absolutely through, bro. So let me go ahead and grab this real quick. This is Lamentations 4:3. It says, even the sea monsters draw out the breast, they give suck to their young ones. The daughter of my people is become cruel like the ostriches in the wilderness. Yeah, so even the sea monsters going into these, you know, animals in the ocean, like the dolphin, you know, the dolphin will care for her young. You know, the different, you know, whales and stuff like that, they'll care for their young. But the Israelite woman, especially the so-called black woman, the Judite woman, is absolutely through. I mean, there's so much stories coming out of these women literally killing their children, you know, barbecuing their children, chopping their children up. Eve, you know, literally giving birth and then throwing her child in the damn garbage, you know. And then you have this: if the child's lucky enough to live to see the age of 1, and the mother's just strangling the child, you know. Right there, look, and that's all. That's all I'm gonna play. And the video is about 10 to 15 seconds of this. And the whole video, she was literally strangling this child, bro. And guess what? This is why a big majority of the 2/3 is gonna be you women, man. You wicked ass women, man. All right. The liberty that you have is coming to an end. All right. Let me grab that real quick. This is Micah 7:10. It says, "Then she that is my enemy shall see it." Yeah, and right now these women are our enemies. Okay, especially the Judite women, but really all these women in general, but especially the Israelite women. You know, they're hyenas, bro. All right, they're demonic, and they've been with all the different types of men, so they got all different types of spirits plaguing them all the time. All right, I mean, you get with a damn black woman. She has multiple personalities. One day she acting like Tyrone, next day she acting like, you know, Jacob. The next day she acting like, you know, Wheezy down the block. You know, she got all these different personalities because she's been laying down with all these different men. And there's a study that came out that all these women that, you know, when a woman gets ejaculated in, you know, all that sperm actually goes to her brain and fucks with her DNA and shit in her mind, and all that semen, you know, stays within her. You know, those spirits, man. With semen, that's spirits, bro. All right. So these women got all these different types of spirits, and they're polluted. All right. And that's why we tell brothers, and really starting with the Apostle Paul, if you don't have a wife, don't be out here seeking for one. And then you got the elder apostles constantly telling brothers, like, you know, stay away from these fucking hyenas, bro. Stay away. All right, do yourself a favor, and you know, and don't come crying when you get yourself a hyena and she, you know, doing all this wickedness and you want counsel. Now, don't come to me. Like the elder, don't come to me about that so-called black woman, man. All right, because she's through, and you should have been known. All right, but this is Micah 7:10. Then she that is my enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is the Lord thy God? Mine eyes shall behold her, now shall she be trodden down as the mire in the streets. And that's the time we coming into. Judgment for these so-called Israelite women. All right. A big majority of the 2/3 is going to be women, because there's women outnumber men 7-1. That's why Isaiah 4:1 is a thing. And Isaiah 4:1, 7 women taking hold of one man, it's not going to be 7 Keishas and big Shirleys that are going to be getting saved. It's going to be humble, lowly women. But majority of our women are through. All right. Bug the fuck out, you know, hugging the government, you know, Esau's lapdog will do it. As soon as the so-called white man comes by, the so-called black woman is on her best behavior. But when it comes to the so-called black man, Eve treats her own people like shit. And look, it's already biting her in the ass. You know, the amount of single women of the so-called black woman is outrageous right now. And that's why a lot of these women, they go both ways, man. Because no man wants to deal with them. So they start trying to holler at women, which is pure wickedness. All right. A lot of these women go both ways, man. They wicked as all hell, bro. All right. Yeah, worthy freedom, shalom. This is a wicked queendom. That's right. A bunch of females are going to make excuses for her, right? Yeah. Oh, she's probably stressed out. Oh, her baby daddy probably left her and beats her. Oh, all this shit, right? All these excuses, because women, a woman's kryptonite is accountability. She don't ever want to take accountability for when she's doing wrong. Even this, women will see this and they'll somehow try to justify this. That's all these females do, is make excuses for each other. That's it. You know, a bunch of, and that's why the Most High gonna bundle them all up in the time of Jacob's trouble and get rid of them all. Okay. Let me grab this. And all those goodies that you have, you Israelite women, the so-called black women on Section 8, child support, WIC and food stamps, right? All that shit, the Most High gonna put that shit to an end. And you women are gonna hit ground zero hard as fuck. The so-called black woman is going down. As Esau's kingdom is going down, the so-called black woman is going down right along with it. Isaiah 30, and not only the so-called black women, the Latino women, because the Puerto Rican women is trying to be just like Eve. All right. The Puerto Rican, the Mexican woman, the Cuban women, they following after the so-called black woman. All right. Isaiah 32:9, it says, rise up, you women that are at ease. Right now, these women are at ease. But even now, these women are stressed the fuck out, One, because nobody wants to deal with your stink ass and your attitude. Nobody wants to deal with it. Yeah, men will pop you. Men will get with you. All right. Men will pop you, but they ain't gonna be with you. All right. No man is gonna want to settle down with a demon like this. So and I'm just looking at this now, like this bitch is literally recording this shit. And I believe, they came and arrested her or whatever, but this is the hyena right here, bro. All right. This is a demon, and this is how the average Judite woman is. All right. Keisha and Big Shirley, GMO babies. But it says, rise up, you women that are at ease. Hear my voice, you careless daughters. Right now, the Israelite woman is careless as all hell. OnlyFans, twerking ass, sleeping with 1,000 men in one night, doing all this crazy, weird ass shit, right? This is why when judgment comes, there's going to be a lot of weaves and cumbrellas in the street and blood, all right? And breast implants and BBL is going to be splattered out into the middle of the street, going to be trodden down as the mire of the streets, going to be stomped all over, all right? Because we live in a society that this wicked queendom, as the brother has said, that has given these women so much liberty to think that they can do everything on their own and they're equal to men. But when shit hits the fan and it's wartime, these women are going to be put in order. And if they don't get in order, they're going to just have to fucking die. That's what it's going to come down to. Okay? And really, a lot of these women they're in too deep to the Babylonian mindset. The average so-called black woman is in too deep when it comes to the American way. Okay? And being, just being masculine. So in that time of Jacob's trouble, she gonna keep that same masculine energy and get her ass fucked up by troops. A lot of these women gonna be getting taken advantage of, raped, all this. See, you people don't understand, especially you women, and I know the brothers understand, but for the people of the world, they don't understand what is coming to this place, bro. It's gonna be crucial. And all of this wickedness that Eve is getting away with, she thinking just like these damn crackers. These damn crackers think they can get away with all this wickedness and they're not going to have to pay for the slavery. That's how the so-called black woman thinks. She thinks she can be as wicked as hell, be out of order, be a damn demon to her husband, demon to the kids. And she thinks she's going to get away with it. No, that's not how it works. You're going to have to pay for all that shit. And it's not going to be pretty. When it happens, it's going to happen suddenly. Suddenly this shit's going to happen. This shit going to hit, and these women are going to be all the way down to the ground. All the way down to the ground. But Isaiah 32:10, it says, many days and years shall you be troubled, you careless women. For the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come, right? All the food stamps and benefits, all of that shit's coming to an end. Which, this woman probably got food stamps, benefits, all this shit. And you already bugging the fuck out, trying to choke your child and shit. How much more when there's no more food, no more water, no man wants to deal with you because you're a fucking demon and you always got, your mouth is always open with some bullshit to say. Nobody's going to want to deal with you. So you're going to be out here alone in the worst time in history. That's going to be the reality for a lot of these women, bro. They're going to be out here alone in the worst time in history when all hell is breaking loose. No more food, no more water, people killing each other. All right. You're not going to have no man, and a man is going to be your protection. Contrary to popular belief, that's that demonic spirit of the so-called black woman. I don't need no man. I can do it all I can do bad by myself. Yeah, okay. Well, keep that same energy, Keisha, because you're gonna have your time to test that spirit. You're gonna have the time to test it. You're gonna be all alone, and you already know these women are gonna be crying on their knees, and a lot of them gonna be turned down because they turned out. A lot of these women gonna be turned down because they are turned out, literally. But it says Isaiah 32:10, many days and years shall you be troubled, you careless women, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. Tremble, ye women that are at ease. You got the brothers, prophets, men of the Lord, apostles that have been constantly getting on these women. All right, constantly. You're supposed to be trembling, but 2/3 of the Israelite women, they're not trembling. They don't care. They hot girls, doing all this weird ass shit. All right. It says, tremble ye women that are at ease, be troubled, you careless ones, strip you and make you bare and gird sackcloth upon your loins. Yeah. All right. So you women got a lot of shit you got to pay for, man. Especially this woman right here. I think she already locked up, but strangling a damn infant on live. You on live strangling your child, bro. Women ain't fucking right, bro. Stay away from these fucking hyenas, bro. All right, Job 39:13. Gavest thou the goodly wings unto the peacocks, or wings and feathers unto the ostrich, which leaveth her eggs in the earth and warmeth them in the dust, and forgetteth that the foot may crush them, or that the wild beast may break them? She is hardened against her young ones as though they were not hers. Her labor is in vain without fear. Yeah, and this is, remember in Lamentations, it says, the daughter of my people has become cruel like the ostriches in the wilderness, right? So the Most High is comparing these women to ostriches, which the ostrich will leave her eggs in the ground and forget that they're there and stomp all over them. Wild beasts will come and eat it. So she's hardened against her young ones, the ostrich, and that's how the Israelite woman is. Killing her child, dropping the child off at somebody else's front door. And they think they're gonna get away with it. It says, of Job 39:17, because the Most High has deprived her of wisdom, neither hath he imparted to her understanding. Right, the Most High has deprived these women of wisdom. They ain't got no type of understanding, right? And that's why we live in the state that we're in now. And even when you go into Deuteronomy 28, this is part of the curses. All right. Deuteronomy, let's get it real quick. The book of Deuteronomy 28:56. This is a curse that came upon the Israelite woman. All right. It says, the tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness, her eyes shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom, and toward her son, and toward her daughter. So that's a curse. And at one time, the Israelite woman was tender and delicate, very feminine, soft-spoken, quiet, humble, easy to instruct. Now, the average Israelite woman, especially the so-called black woman, you can't tell her shit. She got a stank-ass attitude. She don't know how to shut the fuck up. Mouth is always wide open with some bullshit to say. Masculine as all hell. Literally thinks that she's a man. That's the average Israelite woman, but that's the curse. you know? And on top of that, on top of all of that, she's a damn harlot. She's in the streets twerking her ass off, opening her legs for everybody. And the scriptures go into that too. Let's go there. But all this liberty and all this wickedness, the Most High is going to put it to an end. Okay? Yahweh is going to put it to an end. Sirach 26 in verse 9, it says, the whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks and eyelids. And, all these damn, especially the Israelite women. And I'm talking about the so-called black woman on down to the so-called Mexican woman. They all wear them cumbrellas, long-ass eyelashes. Okay? All that shit, right? All that bullshit. And these women love to stare at men right in the eyes and give you the look. That seducing look. All she's trying to do is seduce you for your money and your energy. That's all she's trying to do. And if you allow it, she's gonna get to you. She's gonna get you. All right? And shit. May Yahweh Shem Yahushua have mercy upon you if you have children with this damn hyena, bro. Because boy, you in for a rude awakening. Sirach 26 and 9. The whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks and eyelids. Yeah, and that's why the scriptures say, desire her not for pleasure. Stumble not at the beauty of a woman and desire her not for pleasure. Because, yeah, she might look good on the outside, big butt, nice smile, right? But on the inside, she's a straight up demon looking to devour you. All right? She's working for Satan and she don't even know it. Eve is working for Satan and she don't even know it. All right? It says, watch over an impudent eye and marvel not if she trespass against thee. Yeah, marvel not. Don't be surprised if your woman go down and take the chip. Don't be surprised your woman go out and step out. All right? Marvel not if she trespass against you. Because we live in a society where it's very likely. Very likely. So it should not be a surprise. And I know all you brothers got different stories. But as you grow in this thing, you become wise, man, and you start avoiding the hyenas, bro. You start avoiding the so-called black woman, man. I don't even like looking at the so-called black woman, man, in public. Because she's through. All right? But it says, Sirach 26 and 12, but I'll start at 11 again. It says, watch over an impudent eye and marvel not if she trespass against thee. She will open her mouth as a thirsty traveler when he hath found a fountain and drink of every water near her. And we know the water is going into the water of men. If you know, you know. And she's going to open her mouth as a thirsty traveler. These women are thirsty. All right? And they blood-sucking demons. Right? It says, and drink of every water near her. By every hedge she will sit down and open her quiver against every arrow, meaning every man. That's the spirit of these women. She's going to open her mouth for every man. She's going to sit down and open her legs for every man. That's why if you got a woman, she's supposed to be locked down, not, going wherever the hell she wants, whenever the hell she wants, because she's the weaker vessel. All right. The woman needs a leader, and really a woman needs a man, a masculine man to put her ass in her place. Because if not, she's going to go destroy herself and you. But it says, the grace of a wife delighteth her husband, and her discretion will fatten his bones. Yeah, the grace of a righteous wife, which is hard to find. You really just ain't going to find it. A silent and loving woman is a gift of the Lord. Now, tell me, brothers, when's the last time you had a silent and loving woman? The scriptures say that is a gift of the Lord. And if you have that, give praise to the Most High that you got a silent and loving woman. Because for the most part, these women are not silent. Mouth is always open with some bullshit. And they're definitely not loving. constantly trying to beat you down, just bullshit. And it's funny because you'll be with a woman, you might just have met her, and for the first month or so it's like things are good. She's actually being a woman, but as soon as you lay down with her, the demon comes out. The demon comes out, bro. They can't suppress it for too long. All right. So yeah, these women are through, bro. Okay. So stay away. Another reason to stay away from these hyenas, man. Just adding on to the Elder Apostle. You got a little series going on. These so-called black women. Stay the fuck away, bro. And may Yahweh Shai have mercy upon you if you got children with them. All right. So yeah, with that, call hello Yahweh Shai. I can make this lesson long, but I'm cutting it short because everything that's said need to be said is been said. So yeah, let me grab what this brother said. He said, we in a world where these females can get naked anywhere and everywhere. They go and get paid for it, and we have to turn the other way because if we look too long, we creeps and predators. Right. But whole time she'll have her whole ass out. Literally. Whole ass and breast out. This world is wicked, bro. Wicked as hell. Yeah. The Bible calls the woman the enemy. That's right. Eve has always been an enemy. And that's why I'm just reading what the brother said. He said that's why she loves the Edomite rulership. Yeah, Esau. See, look, the so-called black woman and Esau, they're like two peas in a pod because they both fucking wicked. And as Esau, the so-called white man, his kingdom is fallen. Eve, the fucking black bitch, her kingdom is falling too. All right. So with that, call hello Yahweh Shai. You women are through. For the few Israelite sisters that believe and are living, according to the scriptures to the best of their ability, the Most High gonna have mercy on you. But hey, if the shoe fits, wear it. If you a black bitch, you can wear that shoe and tell me what size you need. But with that, call hello Yahweh Shai. Till next time, shalom.